To tail or not to tail? That is today's question. This is my lamb flock. Oi, 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 quit it. And of course in this flock we have some ewes. And some ewes that I bred. And some ewes that I bought. That one. And if you look at my rams, you'll see Minty. And you see Minty is sporting a tail. And then you'll see Morty. And you'll see Morty is not sporting a tail. It has been docked. And you'll see in my own lambs, when they come around, that they have tails. However, I actually think a sheep looks better without its tail. There we go. There's one. It's one of the Wiltshire lambs, and it was grew up at the neighbours, so they docked their lambs. Yes, I want to talk to you. We might take you to the shed, shall we? And we'll explain how your tail is no good. It is wrong. And actually, in New Zealand, it's actually illegal as well. But I bought her like that, okay? I bought her without a tail. I'm going to take these girls into the shed. I'm going to split a couple of sheep off because I'm getting ready for mating, and Mrs. Lung is going bye-bye. She's going to the neighbours. I'm giving her away. And we're going to be weaning her lamb, which is number 96. That's her lamb just behind her. That's her lamb there. She'll be big enough to cope on her own. You can see that ewe there, still got a lamb on it. And, oi, hey, quit it. Come on. Oi, come on. Come on, you know where to go. Come on. Come on. Right, is everybody here? We're about to leave the paddock. Yeah, everybody's here. Come on. Come on, you. Tails. Hey, Granny. How's that foot? Tails. Oh, no tails. Oh, funny, short, weird thing. Sticky out, pokey bumps. Marigold with a stumpy. Or with a funny, weird tail. Come on, let's go. Right, what do I think? I still think that sheep look better without tails. Come on. So if you don't have a tail on, you can't get crap on it, which is one advantage for not having a tail. So if they do get a pooey backside, you've got a bit of stuff up your foot, haven't you, buddy? Because you walked in here fine. Now where's Mrs. Lung? Hey, miss. Right, Mrs. Lung's tail. Mrs. Lung doesn't have a tail. Come in, but you can see everything's hanging out. Everything. And the sheep's pelvic floor is actually in its tail, down its tail. Oh, thanks, miss. Good girl. So it actually runs right down through that tail. And that, of course, reduces the chances of bearings if they've got those muscles still. Hey, thanks. What am I going to do with you, miss? You're still putting on weight. You come out of this mob and go with the main ewes, so you can go with the ram, or you stay with the lambs and get a bit more condition on. I think you can go with the ewes, eh? You think? Yeah, so this is my weaned lambs of everything that's a bit older. But then there's three ewes, 4 ewes. 3 ewes. There were 4 because Mrs. Lung's baby's in here. So there's this little girl here, and she's a buy-in because you can see she's got a short tubby, a short stubby tail. This one's still rearing a baby. Oh, there's 4 of them, because there's the one that's gotten out. She of course has still got a lamb on her. She walked out behind the gate, so there's 4 ewes with lambs, and they're basically going to stay with their lambs until 1st of March, when everything will be weaned, and these ewes will go with the ram. Except this one. I don't think this one's going to make it to the ram, unless a miracle happens. She's too fluffy. She's a bit skittery too. Her lamb, you can see the lambs behind her. That's that one there, with the split ear. And you see the lamb is actually shed really, really nicely. That's her lamb, but she hasn't shed enough. So she is going to probably be culled and not get a second chance. Depends on my numbers, but she's way too fluffy. I was just seeing if she was going to fall off. And she's also got quite a long tail, that one. I wouldn't know, because her mum is very similar to Mrs. Lung, came out of the same flock, same age mark, same station mark, all the same stuff. And she sheds beautifully, but her daughter doesn't. And the sire of that one, the ram that I used across that year, didn't shed very nicely. Or didn't produce nice shedding lambs. As you can see by my ewes, I've got full tails, these funny part tails which I think are absolutely ridiculous, and quite a nicely docked tail there. So to legally dock tails in New Zealand, I need a tail, don't I? I should have done it on a lamb when I had a lamb. Can I have a volunteer, please? Oh, Granny, we're going to do your feet, eh? Should we have a look at your tail when we do it? Come on. Here and I having cuddles, eh? She had a bit of a blowout on the front foot. Before you give me a hard time about feet, this old girl, she's still got good teeth. If I can show you teeth. Come on, show your teeth. She's not going to show teeth, but she's still got good teeth. She's at least 7. She's still hammering along, rearing really good lambs. And if we were docking a tail, this one isn't a good example, but we want to make sure that if we docked a tail, and you're not going to dock a ewe's tail, that it fully, we can see it, fully covers her vulva. Okay, so about there. It's right all the way down there, because it's an adult tail. But lambs, so right down here, and that covers her vulva properly. A bit hard to see, but that covers her vulva properly. Hey, thank you, miss. Thank you very much. I'll give you some treats later. Here you go. Good girl. Yeah, those two are still having a bit of a go to it every now and again. So what do I think? I think if you're fully organic, don't dock their tails. But I think if you're breeding rams at the moment, especially for the woolly market, going into those guys that are converting from woolies, I don't think they're ready for undocked tails quite yet, or most of them. And I still think sheep look better with a docked tail, but that's what I've been seeing for the last long time, 40 odd years. So that's what I'm used to seeing, and sometimes it's hard to convert to change. But you'll notice that I don't dock my lamb's tails, okay? And a lot of my ewes, especially the ones bred here, have all got long tails. That's kind of where I'm at. I prefer tails. No, I prefer the look of dock tails, but I'm not docking. I still got to castrate my ram lambs, so I weather everything. But certainly, all my ewe lambs have still got long tails if they're born here and left here. I'm almost down to the sheep that I'm mating. Fluffy's leaving. And the Suffolks, so we've got the Suffolks tails, there we go, you can see, again, docked incorrectly. And I'll put up the proper docking procedure that we use here in New Zealand. And there's some legalities around the way we dock our sheep if we are docking them. Oh, thanks. Perfect timing. Why does everything have to go to the bathroom when I'm filming? That's a good example of a way you could dock, though you wouldn't see her dag score. So if she didn't have a tail, you wouldn't see her dags. That's actually Mrs. Lung's last year's baby. Last year's ewe lamb. It didn't lamb. It's getting one chance. If it doesn't perform, it's not getting a second one. Just on a little side note, there are guys that are breeding for shorter tails. Oh, that's yuck. And I've actually seen where they've been doing tail measurements before they dock them, so they can breed from those sheep that have a shorter tail. So what are your thoughts? Do you dock them? Do you not dock them? Where are we going to see the Wiltshire tails going? If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe. And share and maybe add a comment. Good girl.